And we've been closed now for about 2 minutes. All right, so we are looking at the closing price here for the day. Let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for September 7th, 2022. Q's up 2.02%, SPY up nearly 1.8. Coming into today, still bearish, watching the hourly downtrend for some kind of end to the trend before we start talking about a transition potentially back up higher. Now, we did have a pretty impressive move up today, but it doesn't change the hourly trend quite yet. So what would have to happen is we would have to come in tomorrow morning, okay, come in, produce a higher low, and then take out today's high. Okay, so we need some kind of lower high here to fail before this hourly downtrend is over. Okay, we had a similar kind of run up here. This one has a run up and then got a gap. Okay, you see this will run up into resistance. So in this case, once this started to come in here, if this had rallied back up from here and taken out the top, then that hourly downtrend would be over. But what did it do instead? Continue to go. So we have a bit of a counter rally here today, counter to the hourly trend that we've been in. Okay, and so watching now for what the next pivot will be. Okay, so if we move up some more tomorrow, I would expect us to come in. If we get a small gap up or something, or move up right at the open, we are going to be into resistance. Okay, and then if we get a small gap down or move lower right at the open, then today's high will be all the more important as the new pivot in this hourly downtrend. Okay, so just following the hourly as we have been for a couple weeks now. Okay, all right, so Q, SPY, pretty much the same scenario here. Okay, pretty much the same, very similar today. All right, let's go over the plays from today. I don't remember which came up first. Probably this one. I think this one came up first. So something I noticed right off the bat, a lot of relative strength in biotech and a lot of the lower cap names. So some of the higher beta names, but especially the biotech sector, really, really bullish. So had a breakout here on the MCRB after showing a lot of relative strength here. So this was just a breakout right here. Okay. So the nice thing about today's power trend is that if you found some of these early enough, you could stay in them all day. I don't think, on the hourly, this never would have trailed, so you get to stay in it all day. AZRE, same thing on the hourly, got to stay in this all day. So here is the AZRE daily. Okay, so transitioning on the hourly, I thought that was the nicest chart here for this AZRE, the reason to be long. And then I think this is also just a breakout here this morning. Yeah, just a breakout right in here. I did play it off the 5, so it left me with a little bit of a bigger stop. But again, just continuous trend closing up here at the highs, and Qs helped with that. And there was a lot of that. We actually had quite a few longs here this morning on our list as we were finishing up the morning. AMRS was on there, TGTX. So you can see it, and these are all the same sector, just following along here with the market, but also leading. So up, you can see that up 16%, right? AMRS up almost 20%, right? You compare that with the Qs and SPY, right? Up significantly more. So I think there was some okay opportunity, especially if you were able to get in early enough this morning, which there were a lot of long ideas this morning. And that was for swing actually and as day trades. So it wasn't bullish or anything coming into this morning, definitely, and still bearish going into tomorrow. But we just saw with this counter rally really lifted a lot of things with it. And then if you identify the sectors early, and these, even though they are kind of with the sector, I thought were a little bit more unique, like the AZRE, that's pretty unique, the way that it transitioned here on the hourly. The thing about the MCRB, I think it was a little bit tough, was that it was into some resistance here. That 200 does correspond with minor resistance. But I was expecting if it does break above, we did still have some room to go. So that was the reason for kind of allowing kind of the aggressive entry. Okay, was that if we do break, maybe we get a nice big move. Okay. But yeah, glad both of them worked. Both of them were good to hold all day. So, and there was plenty of that today. So, what's going to be most interesting for tomorrow is how do we deal with this move that we got on the hourly. It's not enough to really end the downtrend. We are also coming from lower lows on this hourly here, so and all the more reason why it's a little bit early to say, okay, we're heading back up and that the bottom is in. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, though. We know what we're looking for, whether we move up or move down. It's all going to be about how this hourly pivot forms. All right. So I hope you had a nice day today. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.